Last year, I was on a mission to lose all of my lockdown weight. It wasn't easy, but I was able to successfully lose over 10 kilograms. However, there were definitely some mistakes made along the way. Roller coaster ride, I tried, I failed, I had setbacks. And so for today's video, I want to share 3 common weight loss mistakes people make and how to avoid them. The first weight loss mistake, and one not to make, is to not obsess over numbers. So I'm going to break this down into both food and scales. To start off with food, when it comes to diets, they can feel extremely restricted. And when it comes to weight loss, we do need to consume less calories than we burn in a day. That is the basic science of it. So we do need to calculate our basal metabolic rate that allows us to know how many calories we can have in a day without doing anything at all. Then obviously to lose weight, we need to come under that specific number of calories. For me, that is the limit we should have when it comes to food. Being on a diet and eating less is tough as it is, but to add all of these numbers and constant calculations around what you eat every single moment of the day is very unenjoyable. So my best advice is to find a diet that allows you to eat intuitively, healthily, balanced and enjoyable at the same time. During my weight loss journey last year, I tried a variety of diets, from calorie counting to the 5-2 diet. However, they absolutely didn't work for me, and I just felt too restrictive and I would fail. However, the diet that was successful and did help me lose the 10 kilograms was keto. If you don't know what keto is, it's essentially a fat-led diet. So you're eating really healthy, satiating fats that keep you fuller for longer. So lots of eggs, avocados, nuts. And so overall, you're putting less calories into your body because you're less hungry. This diet worked absolutely perfect for me because I knew the foods that I could have in the food groups, and it meant that I could have whatever portion control. I didn't have to weigh anything. I didn't have to calculate calories, and it was still allowing me to lose weight effectively and quickly. Next up, we need to talk about obsessing over the numbers on the scales. Now listen, this was me. At the start of my weight loss journey, I would weigh myself twice a day, every single day. And when the scales went up, I was there like, what on earth? I'm eating less, I'm exercising, what is going wrong? But what you don't realize is that the scales are gonna fluctuate. Our weight is going to fluctuate. It's going to be less in the morning because we haven't eaten. It's going to be more at the end of the evening because we have eaten. It's all about how much water intake we've had that day. It's all about how much sugar, because sugar makes us retain weight. There are so many different reasons, including stress and how we're feeling mentally, as to why our body might weigh more and why the scales might be more one day and less the other. It's all very complicated. So the best thing to do is to remove the scales completely. I would suggest that at the start of your weight loss journey, perhaps only weigh yourself once a week, just to check that there is a trend and you're doing everything correctly. You're eating less, you're exercising, and making sure that those numbers are going down. When it came to my own weight loss journey, that is exactly what I was doing at the start, and I got really frustrated and I would start crying, and honestly, it was just the most unhealthy obsession ever. And then I just removed the scales completely, and I just did all of the above, exercised, ate less, and all of a sudden, people started to say to me, you've lost weight. And as soon as I started hearing that from Nate, from family, from friends, I was like, I think it is time to weigh myself. I hadn't done so in about 4 months, and that is when I saw I suddenly lost 10 kilograms. Honestly, I was absolutely over the moon, because to lose 10 kilograms, to see 10 kilograms come off those scales without stepping on them in the meantime, is an unbelievable feeling. So just get rid of them. We don't need them. The second mistake people make, and one I absolutely had to learn from, was only relying on exercise. When I was younger, I used to eat for England, and mum said to me, look, if you continue eating the way you do, then when you're older you will blow up because your metabolism will slow down. And I thought, yeah, whatever, I've always exercised, I've always gone to the gym, that's always been part of my lifestyle, and I didn't have to necessarily worry about weight gain because I exercised. However, when I got a little bit older, my metabolism did slow down, and because I was eating so much, we know what that means. I was eating more than I was burning. So I was putting weight on, slowly but surely, and then lockdown hit, and that is when my severe weight gain happened. So despite exercising 4 to 5 times a week, intense HIIT classes, in addition to going on walks and being active, I was slowly but surely putting on weight because I was in a calorie surplus. When it comes to weight loss, you have to realize that it's 80% diet and 20% exercise, and that absolutely was the case for me when it came to my weight loss journey. During this time, I was exercising about 4 to 5 times a week. However, when I lost the main chunk of my 10 kilograms, it was actually post-lockdown from about May to August. So to go from exercising 5 times a week down to 2 times a week, just because it was busy, me and Nate were traveling, we were seeing friends, lots was going on, and so I didn't always have time to exercise. But that is when I lost the most amount of weight because of my diet. I was on the keto diet, I was eating less, I was consuming less, and it just shows how important it is, and it's all about what you put into your body versus how much you exercise. If you think about it like this, say you start off your day, you go to the gym and you burn 1,000 calories. You work very, very hard, you're sweating loads, and your watch tells you you've burnt 1,000 calories. Wow, that's amazing. However, you then go home, you order a Chinese, donuts, milkshake, and you consume 3,000 calories just in food. That work you did at the gym and that 1,000 calories is a waste of time, because you're no longer going to be in a calorie deficit because of all that sugar and calories you consumed. So remember, it's 80% diet and 20% exercise. My best advice is to find a diet that really works for you. When we're on a weight loss journey, we're being restrictive and we're in a calorie deficit, it can feel a little bit overwhelming and intense at times. So finding a diet that really works for you and your lifestyle, and you know that you're not going to break it, and even if you do, it's not the end of the world, because you're going to want to jump back on it the next day. You're going to be more successful. So just remember, 80% diet, 20% exercise. The third and final weight loss mistake people make that I want to talk about today is not knowing your weaknesses. Now again, I was absolutely in this situation, so I'm going to break this down into both diet and exercise. To talk about diet, the diet that worked for me, as I mentioned earlier, was keto. That was the one that helped me successfully lose the 10 kilograms of weight. But earlier in the year, I did try calorie counting, because I thought I eat healthily, I do eat a balanced diet, so perhaps that I can have a couple packets of crisps here and there. So say I've done really well all day and I can see that I've got 200 calories left. I thought, oh brilliant, I can have a packet of crisps. I'd have those crisps and then I'd want a second packet, and that is just my personality type. I am quite an obsessive and a repetitive eater, so I knew that that is my weakness, and calorie counting isn't a diet that worked for me, which is why keto was really successful, because I knew the certain food groups that I could have, and I could keep nibbling on the nuts and have all the nuts in the world and I would still lose weight. To compare that to Nath, he knows that he cannot have any sweet chocolate crisps even in the house at all, because he will source them out like little mess. He will find them and eat them. But I'm at the point where I can have them in the house and I can just ignore them and not think about them. Do you know when you give a dog a treat and you're making them wait and be patient, and you're taunting them a little bit and you're saying wait, wait, and then they're just looking away. They're just looking away. Literally, the piece of chicken is right here and they're just like, don't look at the chicken, otherwise I might eat it. That's me. And then Nathan's just like a little mouse finding it. So it's all about knowing who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, tapping into that in order for you to be successful. When it comes to your weaknesses and exercise, I know that for me, I have to go to the gym before work. Otherwise, if I wait until after work, it is not getting done. I'm tired from the work day, I'm lazy, I want to watch TV, I want to start cooking dinner, and it just won't get done. So I have to start my day off with exercise, and that way I'm guaranteed 5 exercise sessions a week. That being said, I've only just figured that out in the last 6 months. I haven't done that for my entire life, and I'm 25, I'm nearly 26. So it will take a bit of time to learn and adapt who you are and know what your weaknesses are. To compare that to Nate, he knows that he cannot finish work, come home, chill for a bit, have a TV, and then go to the gym, because he just won't go. He's in that relaxation mindset. He knows that he has to take his gym clothes to the office and go straight from the office to the gym, and that way it is ticked off. We're all different, we all have different preferences, so find a few different strategies and approaches to both diet and exercise. Look at who you are, what your strengths and weaknesses are. Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Tailor it, test it, and then you'll find eventually what works for you and what the perfect solution is. That brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to wish you the best of luck on your weight loss journey. And if you wanted to see mine in a little bit more detail as well, I will leave that on screen and linked down below. If you did enjoy this video, then please do like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!